Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to Squared Circle Society. I am Flesh Wound Dan, and nobody cares about you guys, but that's producer Tad, Pugs Dread,
Namaste,
and the one you came to see tonight, Jasmine St. Clair. How's it going, Jasmine?
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Yes.
thank you for joining us.
I had to, it just seems so appropriate, I think if I was back in the States right now, this just would not translate to being appropriate. I have to do something crazy while I'm not here, so.
So you're in the UK right now, or?
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Live from the Netherlands. I know you've lived all over. I was going to say shout out because you did live in Norway, I believe, and we have our friends of the show, Pitt and Raymond, who I know are listening tonight. So
it's an amazing place. I love Norway, and that's like one place that I might live again. It's either there or here where I am, or I don't know, maybe Iceland, somewhere where there's nobody, where I could just fall off the grid. And there's so many tiny towns in Norway that you could just fall off the grid and no one will ever find you. There's probably no internet either in some of these towns.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, Netherlands is beautiful. I haven't been since I was 7 years old, though, so I don't know how it's changed. But so for those of you unfamiliar, Jasmine has done it all. You are a published author, podcaster, pro wrestling personality, AVN Hall of Famer. List goes on and on and on. But of course, you are a current XPW superstar, and that's the height for our show, at least. And it's great to finally interview you. I was at the old XPW shows. I even went to 3PW, your promotion. So yeah, it's cool going full circle and getting you on here. But yeah, tell us a little bit how you got involved with XPW.
Oh my God. It's weird that I'm back here. How many years later has it been? 23 years?
Yeah.
Was that old? Oh my God, my head. So everyone always says that I slept my way into wrestling, that a guy got me in. Well, a guy did get me in, but I wasn't screwing him. It was Rob Black. And he got me into ECW wrestling and for Living Dangerously. And I did not know that they were doing anything with wrestling. So poof, months later, when that whole deal or whatever he had with Paul Heyman did not transpire, I was in XPW. What year would that have been, guys? 1990?
99.
Early 2000.
99.
Yeah, 99. Or 98. 98. I was at Living Dangerously 98. Yeah, 99. Then I quit, and then I went to ECW, and then Memphis Championship Wrestling. And then I came back to XPW last year in April. It was so crazy because I didn't know, I saw some of the XPW stuff from afar when I was in ECW. Then I see this redhead with big boobs and glasses. I'm like, who's this bitch? So it was Ryan.
Right.
And it was so cool working with her. She was really awesome. So it's great to be back. And I want Rob to succeed more than anything else because he deserves it.
Yeah.
And he sort of revived us. It's really weird. He revived Necro Butcher. He revived me. Schlack's amazing. I love Schlack. He is just such a great locker room leader. He's the best.
Yeah. We were terrified when he picked you up. It was oh, please clear the barbed wire. Please clear the barbed wire.
Oh, I was pissed off. Freaking Monchichi was supposed to get up there and cut the goddamn barbed wire.
One, right?
Oh, we're not allowed to swear? Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, you can swear.
Fuck you, fuck. Fucking munch.
God fucking stub arms up there and cut the fucking barbed wire, and he did not. So this is all because of Schlack and Hillbilly that I was saved from that whole thing. If I landed on the ground, maybe I would have been okay. I was in a really bad motorcycle crash 5 years ago. It wasn't with a Hell's Angel or anything like that, just a normal, boring guy. But nothing happened to me. He had 2 broken hands. It was so great. It was like karma at its finest. We weren't even speeding either.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. Damn.
Yeah, it looked like you slipped a little bit, and then it's oh, he's not going to still do it, is he? And then Yeah, it looked good though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
Very few people can do that to me. Schlack's one of them.
You gotta have trust, and I would trust him to slam me too.
Oh, really?
I know.
Okay. I'll make sure he knows that when I see him. I'll say, by the way, those guys really want to be on your show. Like Pugs really wants to be in the ring. So can you just slam him?
Just go to the table.
Yeah.
He did destroy your property, Pugs. He did destroy the trophy.
I was the one that built the trophy, and I do enjoy those getting smashed. I don't mind.
There you go. Pugs Dread calls out Schlack tonight.
When I saw that, I'm like, what is he doing? And I felt bad for Drake. I'm like, oh, poor bitch, poor Drake. Not the trophy. And he's a great comeback story. He did so much with his career with Rob, and Rob I think he finds like the island of misfit toys, and then he just puts us together.
And that's kind of how it's always felt, and that's the kind of one of the things we love about it. It's just a mixture.
Yeah,
it is. And Tessa Blanchard back now, which thank God she's too good not to be involved in wrestling. It's awesome who he's brought back, and we're loving it.
Yeah.
But
culture, like these things, you can't do these things in boring leagues. I mean, they're just too scared. They're chicken shit. And if you're gonna live your life like that, all your product's gonna look the same, and you're just gonna end up ripping off other people's ideas that look cool. So go figure.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels a little bit too safe in wrestling now. There's a lot of good wrestling, but it just feels.
We could agree to disagree on that. We have our own. Yeah, I can't watch the modern product. I want to see men fighting each other and hard hitting, and you don't get that. Little guys flipping. I can't. I want believability, and that's what XPW brings is believability.
I also enjoy a space where you can just yell anything you want, offensive as hell.
Yeah.
And because back when I was small, I went to XPW and I heard like things I didn't know you could say out loud. I was like, this is allowed here? This is fucking fantastic. So yeah, I was on board since I was a child.
Wait a second. What was that like yesterday? What did you hear? Is it when Damian Steele was saying, is that the thing you're talking about?
The one that caught my eye was when Carlito Montana.
Oh, don't do that one.
Okay. He said, well, if there's one thing I can't stand more than, sorry, Todd, just mark the time down.
I already
I didn't say the N-word, so.
Thank you.
Okay.
But it blew my little mind. I was like, this is awesome. This is where I need to be.
I think the R-Truth. That
was glorious. Yeah, it was after post Jasmine, but still.
Even the XPW fans, like a few of them were like, "Whoa, like maybe this is a little too far."
Yeah,
maybe even we have a line. I have to ask because this is awesome, and I did not even realize this existed. But you were at the Museum of Prostitution. Is that what it's called today?
How'd you know I was there? Oh yeah, I went.
I
there.
mentioned
I wasn't working there. No.
No. Just visiting.
I went in there because So I was in Death Valley once. It's a night I cursed off that guy. What's that idiot's name? Borat. So I was saying, I go to Death Valley. It's a nice motorcycle ride. It's like 6 hours from LA, and I take my bike up there once a year. So I stay at this resort, right? There are people paying $300-400 a night, not to hear you and your stupid friends with your British jokes going out there and it's just so fucking annoying by the fire pit. So I went outside in my pajamas. I said, you need to shut the fuck up before I throw a Molotov cocktail because everyone's done with it. People come out here, they're regular working people, to just hang out and get away from LA, and we see trash like you. They shut up real fast. But I was by the pool the next day reading a book called Soiled Doves. It's the history of prostitution in the Panamint Valley. It just kind of struck my fancy. He came over to me and apologized the next day. So I just have this fascination with the history of prostitution and how it was back then. So I went in there to see if I'd learn anything. I got to make friends with girls, though, that were like in the area. There was this really one hot girl. I felt bad for her. She had a line of these gross guys. I mean, it made my gangbang look glamorous. I mean, I just said, like, how do you do this? I feel so bad for you. You know,
Mhm.
like they got to learn how to drug these guys drinks or some shit. Because I don't get that. Man.
Yeah. Have you been to in LA the Museum of Death? A little
Yeah,
bit
many
different.
times.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a little bit more somber, I guess, but it's
Yeah,
an interesting visit for sure.
it's freaky. You see the Gates of Heaven suicide cult, and it was really very creepy. Like you see the small bunk beds with little kid stuff,
Yeah.
and I
The
mean, what's
sneakers,
the reality, huh?
the sneakers, and yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. That if any of you guys listening are ever in LA, that's
it just
awesome.
changed locations. It's near where the old Amoeba was. So
Oh,
okay.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice,
I
nice.
wonder why. It's got that weird smell. But I did go to Manson's original commune in Santa Rosa Pass because we used to shoot porn films up there years ago.
Oh, okay.
I shot this movie there called Punk Ass, which is perfect, the name.
Mhm.
And it just felt like there's some really weird aura in this area that I was kind of just napping. And someone said, yeah, this used to be Spawn Ranch.
Mhm.
And it made sense. But yeah, I went there years later to just check out the whole thing.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I think we're doing some true crime stuff next time we're in LA. That's a must visit. So
You want to get me there so bad.
I know we got to go live from Spawn Ranch.
You should.
We definitely need to. So XPW, I hope you die. You're going to be really busy because, of course, past guest of the show, Hardcore Hillbilly's got a match with Mr. Fantastic. So that should be interesting. I thought Hardcore Hillbilly did great in his last match, so I'm excited to see how that comes off.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. He's doing so much and he's really putting in the work. I have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him there. And also, of course, the main event, the MAGA Butcher taking on Alex Colon. So
That's the main event?
I don't know. It's that or Schlack versus the Body. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say sometimes
versus the Body. Should I bring the body back now?
Right.
Or should I get it like the night of or something?
That's not an easy night for sure, but going to be a lot of chaos. Certainly. I think I'll just text Body. I hope you live through that. Winning might be tough, but if you live, I'm going to say you get a victory.
Call it a win.
You get a participation trophy. That's one case where you get it if you survive Schlack.
No. Yeah.
He's another one. Like I feel as though people they devote themselves to XPW. People say Rob Black is like a cult leader. I don't think so because he was never like a failed comedian or anything like that. Cults. It's true. Like when I was at Second City and UCB, Upright Citizens Brigade, I was taking all these improv programs, and that like I found out years later, Del Close, who's like the godfather of improv, was involved with a cult, which explains everything.
Oh,
okay.
That is interesting, but so MAGA taking home the world title.
J'espère. I mean, I hope so. I really do. I mean, Alex Colon only has that because Masada isn't even there. So was it fair for him to even have the belt?
Yeah, he hasn't even been set on fire yet. He's got to earn that.
Oh, yeah, you really have to earn that. But I mean, I don't know. I could only stand there and root for MAGA Butcher. It's weird working with him because the first day I met him, I just knew I was in this locker room it was just the two of us alone. And he's like, ma'am, can I sit here? Okay, yeah, sure. I was really scared because I knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it was one of the most it's just a weird moment. Then months later, oh, cool, we're working together. This is awesome. So I really adore him, and I have a lot of respect for him and what he's done for the business. Plus his battle, he had a very nasty stroke. He had cancer. I mean, he's been through a lot, and to come this far is a big deal. And I think it's nice that he and Alex are working together. I think a lot of when we had the match with Dirty Ron, I mean, Ron was all excited. Now I see why. But yeah, I use a disinfectant hand wipe after just to.
Good.
You gotta make sure.
Not a fan of clowns.
I don't mind them. Like I was never afraid of John Wayne Gacy.
Pogo.
No, I'm not really afraid of them. Just I
that
don't know,
one.
crazy
that one.
unpredictable ones.
It didn't have anything to do with the fact he's a clown. But
He's a clown. I mean, I didn't care about whatever happened to him, whatever people were saying. You know, there's always two sides to a story, right? So
Yeah.
when you hear this shit with domestic abuse and all this, like I'm one person everyone knows. Like I'm friends with Teddy Hart. I've had him on my podcast. I've had Joey Ryan on, Brian Kendrick. So it's like I'm gonna probably take the side of the guy in most cases because I've been on both sides of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell when someone's playing a professional victim or when there's drugs or some kind of shit involved, like alcohol. And I know when something bad goes down. I mean, the last time something like this happened, I kicked a guy in his penis and I ripped his foreskin. This is like years ago.
Whoa, bro. Well, he must have had it coming.
Did you
It was
rip
a
it
really
with the
fun-
kick,
Huh?
or did you rip the foreskin with the kick, or did you just
Oh
rip
no,
the
my
foreskin?
heels. It's when I was living in New York. I wear these like super like high heels that
Okay.
were sharp. And we had an argument in the street. He kicked my handbag with all my makeup, and then I kicked him in the, you know.
That works. That's a
Hey.
very effective way to
We
take
don't
a guy
speak
down.
well, that's right. Well,
Was he unaware you were from XPW and ECW? You don't fuck around.
Well, here's the thing. He told me something was off because I had no problem with someone like slamming me around in the ring. I'm like, it's sports entertainment. See, this is what happens when you try to date civilians. Not that he was not civil, but this is what happens, right? So
Yeah.
I don't date civilians anymore.
It's
I
too
do.
bad Hallmark doesn't have a sorry for tearing your foreskin card. They need that now. They
We
need
can make one.
there you go. I see our questions in the chat are starting to chat, so I'm
You have a
gonna
veteran.
throw them out though.
yeah.
It's perfect because Jasmine, you actually for all the shows we do because you've done a little bit of everything. So other questions from other areas might pop up, but this one's
I
good.
don't care.
So
Ben Grimm is asking, who is harder to work with, adult film stars or horror actors? And I'm also going to ask, include wrestlers as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, before you answer though, Patrick Hernandez is in the house. He wants to say, have to say hi to the original diva of XPW, Mrs. Jasmine Sinclair. Miss working with you.
miss
Love
you.
you, Jasmine. Always professional. Hope to see you and the rest of XPW family soon.
I miss you so bad. We need you back as a referee. Please just hurry back. Love you. Seriously.
Yeah, he's the man. I love that guy.
Yes.
He's got the sexy
yes.
dad bod going on.
Oh.
I would say adult film stars because, okay, everyone has the ego. You deal with another actor. We're all chemically imbalanced. I get that. I would say adult film stars for the most part because you don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know. Plus, I'm being just an asshole. I was never like a girl's girl in any of this business. I was more of a girl, like a guy's girl. And if that makes sense, I was into motorcycles and skateboarding, ballet and all this stuff. So I have a lot of off things. And step over into adult, it's like, why are you asking me this stupid question? Why can't you get your dick up? Like, seriously, dude, you come on here, can't get your shit up and shit together. So why are you here? What's your profession again? And half the time I had like shit to do, like nails, movies, dinners and stuff like that, go shopping. And you have some like selfish prick who couldn't get his prick up on set. Girls I wouldn't even deal with. It's like, did I say you could talk to me? I'm sorry. What was your name? I was known as the Ice Queen. I didn't mean to be as harsh as I was to a lot of people, but I did it anyway. Horror actors, it depends who it is. Yeah, sometimes it's a very small difference. You get some females in that genre. You're in a B movie, bitch. You've never taken a class to act. Why? Like, you're banging the director of a low-grade B film? Wow. I didn't know. It's like people do that. So I don't know which mentality is worse to deal with, but I would say maybe adult because you're not really striving for anything except fucking and sucking on camera. Answer it.
That's a good answer.
We'll roll right into this one.
Oh,
All right. Ben Grimm asks, weirdest fan interaction.
oh wow.
I was at the truck stop going to a horror convention, oddly enough, and it was in New Jersey. I was there with my friend. He was driving me. We were getting hot chocolate. It was cold. And some older white guy came up to me. I was just looking at gloves. He's like, I'll buy you one of these bags. I'm like, what, a fucking $40 bag? Are you stupid? Do I look like I carry around a $40 handbag? I mean, no. So then he was talking to me. He claimed he didn't know who I was. Then he came to the convention and he brought me a Louis Vuitton bag, like a real one. And then I found out he had like triplets. I didn't call him after that to go anywhere. I mean, I've had numerous ones. Some guy sent me a vial of his blood. I don't know. I think I don't know what the weirdest one. I think that one, because he knew who I was, but he's playing dumb at the truck stop in South Jersey with a $40 handbag.
I don't know what they expect with the blood vial. That's it's like a third date thing, I think. I don't know. Like, you gotta slow roll the blood vial out there, gentlemen. If you're listening, that's flesh wound dating advice. No blood vial till after the third date.
Or you could tell a guy, hey, I like to cut men and have sex with them in their own blood. You try saying that on a first date. Most guys get freaked out. I told a wrestler that I work with because he was hitting on me. I don't hook up with guys I work with. Like, I dated one guy in the business for a while. Then I had an affair. And then I hooked up with one guy when I first started working for XPW. So years later, this thing comes back to bite me in the ass, sort of. So, yeah, the guy's like, oh, we should hook up. I said, I don't think it would work out because I like cutting men and having sex with them in their own blood. Then I forgot he's a deathmatch wrestler. So.
Yeah, right.
Nothing
like,
happened.
Your gig or mine?
Right? Yeah, I don't shit where I eat. It's just not a good idea.
Our big
You
T
don't
has
get
a,
guys in the same locker room.
All right. Big T has a question. Greatest advice you received from Rob Black and Paul Heyman during your tenure in both ECW and XPW? That's a good question. Those are good minds.
Yeah, I know. These are really smart guys tonight. I'm so happy. I would say, Rob just, when he took me into ECW, he's like, just go in there, don't forget who you are. And just listen to them, and you're going to be fine, Jazz. You're going to be, Jazz, don't worry, you're going to be fine. Okay, fine. And I did. Then with Paul Heyman, I mean, anytime I stood in front of a camera and he told me what to do, I listened, and it was always good advice. I can't say, like, he really gave me any one good bit of advice except be yourself. And that's what I did. And I guess it carried itself over years later. I just didn't think it would be in XPW with a wrestling gimmick that's really me, sort of. So yeah.
Did you find it easy promoting when you later did that with 3PW, or was that kind of like a totally different dynamic being the boss?
It was really tough being the boss because you're messing with egos, you're mixing with people that are your friends.
Yeah.
And the more egos and people who don't want to change their airline ticket for the $50 after you got paid $500 in cash without a 1099, it's $50 fucking dollars, dude. Change your ticket so you can go see your brat wife and your brat fucking kids. So I go to married life, and just when that started happening, it's when I was done, and I just walked away from the whole thing. Contrary to popular belief, I didn't steal a promoter's money. How could you do that if you are the promoter? There was a backer. They had the money there. I don't know what they did with it. But it was just really tough promoting it. Then you had like someone who tried to let the air out of the tires of the fans in the back of the arena once. We found out who it was.
Oh.
Then you had people like ROH running. And this one, and the thing is, you just concentrate on whatever it is you're doing. You don't mind, you're going to peek and kind of see what someone's doing. But at the end of the day, just mind your business, stay in your lane. And that's what I always did. And just paid attention to what I was doing. And that's, I don't know. It's like staying in the work.
They were fun shows, though. I will say there was a lot of really cool stuff if you guys go back and watch some 3PW events. A lot of creative matchups, a lot of first-time matchups on that show, I believe. Yeah, really good stuff.
Remember Talia, Velvet Sky? That was where she started. Then you have Matt Stryker, Rob Echoes. A lot of them started there. And I'm glad. Yeah, it's just so weird when you said that. I'm like, oh, Talia, Velvet Sky.
Yeah. She, I remember her. I think, well, he'd been around a while, but AJ Styles, you had, I believe, at one point, a lot of really cool mix of veterans and soon to be stars on those shows for sure. You did make one appearance, I believe, maybe a couple. I could be misremembering, but in TNA as well with Jeremy Borash. I think you gave him a lap dance, if I remember.
Yes, it was so much fun. I did a few of those, and it was really fun working for TNA when it started. I had a blast, and I love giving Jeremy the lap dance, not because he's cute, but because just the whole thing. And the audience was great, the fans, the locker room was amazing. Yeah, I mean, I wish it was longer that I stayed there, but it didn't happen. So I went on to the XWF, and that had potential to do more than what it did.
Yeah, another short-lived promotion. There was a lot of that when WCW fell, and that didn't quite hold up. But yeah, I liked XWF.
Pizzal's here. What's up, fellas? Hi, Jasmine. Longtime admirer of your work. What would be your dream match to book?
With people that are alive, I assume. So,
Probably.
I'd like to work with Missy Hyatt again in a pasties and panties match. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
An even gang match with Kat Martini.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're bringing back managers there and the managerial aspect of wrestling, which I think is important, I would say I had my dream match already with Sherry Martel years ago with a mixed tag. But if it was with the guys, I would say Necro Butcher versus Mick Foley versus Masada in a three-way dance. That would be a lot of fun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love Mick. I think he's great.
Yeah.
He's Mick. It's not too late.
Right.
Might be a little rough, but
Yeah, I saw him a few months ago. And I think I don't really have any dream bump. Someone said, "Is there a bump you'd like to take? You haven't." I'm like, "No, I don't. There's none. I'm perfectly fine." Would you take that pile driver again? Hell fucking no. Ollie came up with that like seconds before. He's like, "Well, this is what he's gonna do." I'm like, "Okay, fine. Do you feel comfortable?" I'm like, "Isn't it a bit too late for that?" Yeah, I guess. Let's just do it.
Yeah, that's a hell of a bump.
Hey, Internet, Eric here. What do you hate more? Teens wearing heavy metal shirts from Hot Topic just because the art looks cool, or people attempting cancel culture due to he said, she said stuff? Parentheses, Masada, Rick Steiner, etc.
Yeah, it's 50-50. First of all, these kids weren't even a dad in their like a sperm in their daddy's ball sack. I'm wearing a Rush jersey around from like 1979, and this, oh my god, that's such a cool shirt. You fucking bitch. Name one Rush song, just one. Oh, Black Sabbath. Like, all my concert shirts are originals. I don't wear replicas. I don't buy bootlegs. So I've been to the shows, and it's an insult when you see these people who have no clue what good music is, and you go to Hot Topic and buy a shirt. You're never going to go to a show, and you'll never see an original Rush lineup. That's for sure, or Dio for that matter. So it does aggravate me. It aggravates me as much as cancel culture. When you hear things that have happened, did they really happen or not? I was at WrestleCon that weekend. So whatever it is, what it is. But I think it's sad. I think one person gets offended and then they want to cancel someone. Masada is great. I don't, people do things that push people sometimes. And, ugly situations happen, but it doesn't mean you have to cancel someone's fucking career. You just don't do that, Like, my ex was beating me when I was dating him in ECW, but my purpose was not to cancel his career. I didn't go saying anything because the last thing you need is the poor ex-porn chick with the drama. And I don't want to be that girl. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't really care because look, Kid Cash was around. So, that was my way of dealing with it.
Yeah, I don't get the shirt thing. Like, I don't wear a shirt if I'm not into whatever that is, whether it's a movie or a band or whatever. I see that a lot. That's like all over the place. I was like, I don't think you even know who the Rolling Stones are.
You got to chase them down.
Yeah.
Say, name one song. I went up to a guy in the street with a Carcass shirt. He had glasses and like short hair. He looked like he took a bath, and he had one of those laptop bags going ways. So I'm just like, I went up to him. I said, name one Carcass song off the Hard Rock album, just one.
Yeah.
Jasmine, you remember me? I'm like, I don't remember you. Who are you? So he used to work at the House of Blues years ago, and he went to those when I had a heavy metal show and I was interviewing bands. He remembered me from that. I said, "Oh, okay. You look like you took a bath and you cleaned your face." But he knew Carcass.
All right.
Okay.
So you got one.
Right? Only one. But you go up to some of these girls. No.
A lot of the times, we're like, "Oh, my boyfriend got it for me," because I have asked the same thing. I'm like, "All right, whatever."
And what does the boyfriend look like? Does he have a man bun?
They're not around, I guess. Huh? I didn't see them.
Right? Because
That
you're gonna
is. You gotta have MAGA Butcher cut off a man bun. That might be an interesting one. He sees you in the crowd, he's just gonna come get that man bun.
Careful, Masada's got one.
I was like, "When Masada comes back."
I love Masada has deceivingly long hair. Like, it's very long. It's longer than what I thought. I'm looking at him one day with the braids. I'm like, wait a second, where did this come from? But he should cut up a man bun. If we go to Japan together, which is looking really good, then maybe there'll be someone who wants to do it. I've never been to Japan. I just want to go to like a heavy metal concert there and see Hello Kitty. And I want to go to headquarters. You've been?
Yeah. You can get anything out of a vending machine there.
I know. Stop buying girls used underwear out of those machines. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Dan.
She knows you, Dan.
You can walk one street. You can get soup, beer, used underwear. It's like it's got the perverts covered. It's got everybody covered in Japan.
Dan was in heaven. Yeah.
I can't wait to go to a vending machine.
Yeah.
If there's a metal show, I will stay extra days just to go to a metal show in Japan because I love going to festivals and shows wherever I can. It's important.
Yeah. I highly recommend you take a few extra
Sonic,
days,
I think.
for sure.
That's a big one in Japan, right? Summer Sonic?
I've never been.
Oh, okay. I think that's their big, or at least one of their big ones.
That's a funny comment.
Hey, Internet Eric here. With the size of MAGA Butcher's hands, he doesn't need to cut off the man bun. He can just rip it out by the roots.
There you go.
Yeah. You know, it's like half the time you see the guys with the bitch buns, it's like they've got no respect. You know, why is it that I'm on a train in New York City and this idiot with his man bun and his phone, he won't even get up to give an old man his seat. Like, I got up. You know, you should do it. They have no respect. In Europe, the guys wear them with the man bun, but they've been doing that for a while. It's if they have jobs as chefs or just really hot. And, you know, not all women like hot Viking men sweat, you know, just a few. So.
You got to send Munch to get Masada's man bun. That's got to be like a side mission for Munch, another friend of the show. Munch, you got to impress MAGA Butcher. Got to get that man bun and deliver it to Trump. You got to do that.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to this thing the day before genocide. I'll be in Nevada. First, I'm speaking at the podcast movement, and then I'm going to Norway, then podcast movement, then to Nevada for 2 days for this Reawaken America tour. I have this thing for the My Pillow guy. I think he might get a restraining order.
Oh no!
No, I just got so mad. I see these commercials for him. So I did this one for My Pillow towels because they're so good, and I sent it. And I think I said something like, "Nothing comes between me and my Pillow towel, especially when I'm dripping wet." And it's a really great video. Then I told him I think he looks exotic, and because he has really high cheekbones and all this stuff, and he has nice eyes. So I'm pretty sure. Oh, then I was blocked. That's what I forgot. I was being nice. I don't want him like that. I just want to talk to him and about his book. But yeah, so I'm going to this thing. Trump's supposed to be there. Mike Lindell. So I'm doing interviews for my other show there that day. And
Nice.
I'm staying at Trump Plaza too. So I'm excited. It's going to be like such a great weekend. I can't wait.
If Rob ever brings back Extreme Associates, I think he needs to do the My Pillow Guy parody movie.
Oh my
That's-
God.
I don't know who plays Mike Lindell, but there you go. That's a money idea.
New
I don't-
goal. Yeah.
Who would play Mike Lindell? That's a
I
good
can't-
question.
I can't think of a male performer that.
That's alive. Oh, you know who'd be
Yeah.
good? Rick Masters, if he's still around.
That's true.
Older guy. He probably has a pot belly. These guys got pot bellies all of a sudden, like after all these years. You look at some of these female performers from the 90s, they look fucking hot. Then you go to the guy who's like, dude, what happened? Really? But,
They've been hitting the buffets, you know.
oh, I love the buffet. One thing I love about like going to Pomona is the Sonic drive-through. I know it's not
Oh,
a
yeah.
buffet. Sonic's the best thing in the world.
Sonic, and we always go to Sizzler down there.
Oh God.
Disappeared everywhere, and Todd doesn't appreciate it, but Sizzler's still
Because
good.
it's right by me, so it's like I don't think about it.
I know, but that's like gone for everybody else in the country for the last 25 years, Todd.
There's like two by me too.
That's news to me. Yeah, I got like 3 near me. Clearly.
see?
I don't know where they went, but they're
We
gone.
have stuff like this here, but it's more healthy. So it's like
Yeah.
leaner meat. It's a little obviously it's more expensive, but it's really amazing. But I love Sizzler. My God, that's what we have to do. Like we've got to go there. Like I have to go. You know, I think a lot of wrestlers and bodybuilders eat at those because it's cheap.
Right.
Yeah. Sizzler's good. Got a good salad bar. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's funny when friends come in from overseas and they try the food out here. It's like, this is illegal in America.
It is. But in Sweden a few years ago, there's this company that makes pizza, and it had like meat in it. I didn't eat the pizza, by the way, and it came out that it was horse meat.
Oh,
Yeah, I've had reindeer
Wow.
steak before, which is really good and lean,
Yeah.
but I've never had horse meat. But I guess it's a Norwegian thing. They make horse steaks there.
yeah. I would think maybe bison down there. Maybe bison burgers are pretty good.
Those
Yeah.
are good.
Yeah,
I
I
should
know
have
we.
huh?
I know we had food related questions in the chat.
gonna-
What
Ooh.
favorite?
There it is.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
God.
Flash
Okay.
home video. Perfect
Pineapple.
pizza time.
Pineapple.
Okay.
Right on.
Girl. All right.
I love food. So I'm not a vegan. I don't have this gluten-free thing.
Mhm.
Most of us that were born in the 70s don't have gluten-free intolerance. Like a lot of us don't. I don't know when it came about, but I love everything. Like I love sushi. I love tartare. I like escargot. Everything, you name it. I don't know if I really like Hawaiian pizza, but I like pizza with mushroom and pineapple. Here you can get it with corn and all kinds of weird toppings. I think that came from Hungary though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't see corn on pizza too often, but
Lotte
yeah,
pizza's getting big, so it's making its way out.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
corn in Spanish, Dan. ask Munch.
I will.
Mega Munch. Yeah.
I love his little MAGA phone. It's so cute.
Yeah.
It is.
No,
It's-
I did not realize it was called a megaphone. I
Oh.
feel stupid right now. That's genius. Instead of a megaphone.
I want to get MAGA bucks. I want to put it like in a little gun, in a gun. And just shoot it. People might think it's a real gun.
Try that in a small town.
I will. I had no idea. I had like no idea that was the song that they were using in the latest XPW promo. I'm like, what is it? I'm like, oh, wait a second. It's his song.
Yeah, we loved your last promo and the music choice.
I didn't choose it. We did 3 different takes. The first one was very crazy. The second one was too mellow. This one was right there. I was getting ready to leave anyway. I have fun with those sometimes. It's really cute. And I love working with Slava. Slava is an amazing talent.
Right.
I think he's so underappreciated. Not by Rob, but I'm just saying in general in the business, and people don't recognize what he's really like, how great he is at everything.
We can all co-sign that here. That man is brilliance is underrated for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Lovely guy. Love that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had him on the show. He's we got to have him back for that commentary on the Texas asshole massacre. I believe his classic. We'll have that at some point. But we of course, we have I Hope You Die coming up, but I know we'll all be at Genocide, so that's going to be.
Yeah, Dan's gonna make his way down from Atlanta. He'll be here. So
you heard Genocide.
So bring your heels so you can kick him and rip his shit off.
Yes, please.
Yeah, hey, I always have a cane. So you're all the way in Atlanta. That's awesome. I love Atlanta. It's one of my favorite places. Yeah, I'm excited about Genocide. It's the second one, and like I saw the first one where you had the factions, and then I didn't know we were rebuilding factions again, and here we are. It's really cool, and I'm excited for I Hope You Die. I can't wait to, I can't wait to see what happens. Maybe this will be MAGA Butcher's month. I mean, he just turned 50. He's a vet. July is basically his month. He's done a lot for wrestling in this country, and it's a real honor to work with him. Actually, he has my pillow slippers from me. Most people that know me have my pillow slippers.
He's got to wrap some of those in barbed wire. We need a My Pillow wrapped in barbed wire worked into a match now.
Maybe a pillow fight between Kat and I.
There you go.
We'll have the pillow fight in the lingerie match, and then we'll have that's what I want. I want the pillow fight match with me and Kat, and
put the television title on the line. Get that shit.
Yeah, and then we'll have the pillows and stuff. The My Pillow pillows. I'll ask Mike Lindell, could you please come out for this? I know that
unblock you because you're up here promoting your shit for free.
Yeah, and I'll say no. To see deep down, you wish you were in the middle of us. I know that deep down you want anal sex so bad.
Like this pillow.
There you go. Like this pillow.
Well, I did technically. I masturbated with a cross once for Rob.
Oh,
in a movie called Acid Sex. Yeah, actually, Tom Byron played a priest.
Oh wow! Okay,
I think I've seen that.
I have not, Todd. I would write this time down.
I'm looking for tapes. Yeah, that's me. I don't know if that one made it to DVD.
Rob's got to put it on 4K now, Todd. DVD's not good enough. 4K.
He has his own streaming service. I pay for it already. Rob, upload it.
There you go.
He has porn on there?
No, not yet.
No, I wonder. If
I'm just hoping.
He probably can.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Like, I don't care if he releases that stuff again. I really don't care if he releases my movies again. I'd much rather see Rob make the money than some dipshit out there in like the internet world.
Yeah. Has Rob ever, like with the promo, ever been like, Jasmine, that's a little bit too much, or is he still same old Rob?
Well, he did put those disclaimers when I started the first one, and I said, are you sick and tired of this country? Are you sick of this country being run by illegals? Are you sick and tired of border bunnies jumping over that border to steal jobs and benefits from the American people? Are you sick and tired of these men dressed as women that are coming for your kids? Blah blah blah. Yeah, he didn't. I think that would have been the most outrageous one. Because if you think about it, nothing I've really said is like. I mean, yeah, it might be a bit racy, but it's not false, really. I mean, I don't think so. As long as I believe it, that's all that matters. Do I get a bit extreme with my wording? 2 years ago, I said these people are coming for your kids. I said that 2 years ago on my own, and look what happens now.
You called your.
So obviously, Rob knows that I'm a hardcore conservative. I think it's safe to assume that everyone knows that. Yeah, I'm a full right-wing conservative, but I don't believe in mixing religion into it because I don't think you should be forcing religion upon people. If people want to join a party, whether it's a Democrat or Republican, don't throw religion into it. Just let them do it, because they want to stand for the same thing. So I started this political show called Ice Cold Conservative. Which is fun. I've interviewed like scientists about climate change. I interviewed this really hot blonde Mindy Robinson. She's like married to Randy Couture. Yeah, she's really cool.
She's in a bunch of Full Moon movies too. Yeah, we're familiar with her.
Yeah.
I'm actually supposed to do a Full Moon movie once the strike's over.
Really?
So I could work over here though. I could work in Europe. But I can't work in the States right now.
So you're still in SAG?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will not ask you about a certain movie.
No, you can. Which one?
I know. I rewatched Dorm Days 2 recently,
Oh yeah, that was sad.
I forget you're in that one.
Yeah, they had a union rep come in for that that day. I don't know why. I think one of the other actors complained about a bunch of naked guys, but they didn't know that's not for you. And with that said, that movie, Richard Reel, who's the male co-star with me in the scenes, he gives me 1 degree of separation from Columbo because he was in quite a few of those episodes.
That's rad. That's very cool.
Wow.
But yeah, you could ask any SAG related questions. It just sucks. You know, I'm reading the whole newsletter and I had no idea that we were asking for gender affirming care in other states we're not working in. Who gives a fuck about that? I care more about AI. So they gave them that, right? Oh, well, if we have to relocate to work, pay relocation fees. No. You get put up in a nice place and they pay for that. What is all this minutia? So it's really sad. Like the things we really need, like the no AI replicating us, like in the new episode of Black Mirror. You've got to see it because it's true. It's real. And then all these other things, you know, we should get more money, but I'm not greedy. I just like working and, you know, it sucks. I think Broadway's next.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Plays. No, we can't play on stage.
Yeah. Do you ever find, like, in a wrestling locker room, does anybody talk politics with you, or is that kind of not really?
No, they don't, you know, because I don't either. No one's even done it on a set except twice. And I knew that they were on the same side. I think there are more conservatives out there than you think. Oh, there was one girl, I forgot her name. And I was sitting in the locker room in Pomona a few months ago, and I was just getting dressed. She's like looking at me. I'm like, oh God, here we go. She's like, you're that MAGA. You're that MAGA girl. I'm like, yeah. No, I think it's really cool. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. And another person messaged me, yeah, you know, people started really thinking twice when stuff started happening with kids. I'm like, exactly. And that's what it is. It's kids. I went to see Sound of Freedom, which is really good. And it reminded me of my plastic surgeon, my old plastic surgeon. He's married to a girl that's like a groomer. Like she was getting kids from Brazil and
oh wow,
finding underage girls and young girls and giving them to this guy named Peter Nygaard, who was like a insider. It's public knowledge.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple of documentaries on that scumbag. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a real He's a real one.
Yeah.
A real idiot. And I couldn't believe that. And she knew what she was doing. So realistically, they're after your kids. I'm just in the way. It's true.
Bring that kendo stick and the high heels. Rip them off.
Yes.
There you go.
Escobar Jr. asks 2 questions for Jasmine. Would like to know if she has seen the movie The Sound of Freedom.
There you go.
And what's her opinion on why they keep hiding the Epstein client list?
That's a really good question. So yes, I have seen Sound of Freedom. I encourage everyone to see it out there. No, it's not a QAnon conspiracy. If you really think it is, then I'd like you to go ask any child that's been sex trafficked or any victim of that, and you ask them if it's a QAnon conspiracy. I don't even know what the fuck QAnon is. Epstein, that's an interesting question. So when all of those flight logs came out to TMZ years ago, that was myself and someone else that leaked it. It was a guy who was actually the one that did the final investigation and brought him down from a detective agency. So I had the original flight logs. I could tell you Clinton is on many of those with underage girls on a plane. So I don't know what a grown man has in common with young girls on a plane. Naomi Campbell's on there. Why? Oh, that's right. She was a Victoria's Secret model. And he used to use that ruse to get young girls. So was she involved? Probably. I don't know for a fact, but I think my personal opinion is she was involved somehow. And, you know, they're not going to come out with these. You see judges that are associated with Obama. You see princes on there. Like that whole list is 84 pages that I still possess. There are a lot of powerful people on there. And there are people that are even, you know, there was one flight that had a lot of celebrities that had nothing to do with young girls. It was just them going to the island. So when people say Trump was on there, he wasn't on a list. He wasn't going to Epstein Island. We could bring Clinton into this, but we're not going to. You know, it's very one-sided. So that's why I don't think they're doing it. And I think a lot of things are going to come out that people should not know. There's a sitting judge on that list still.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like at first when I'm looking at it, I'm like, what is this? And you see like the phone messages that we had, right? You have like David Copperfield calling. Yeah, I want to take Russian lesson 27 minus 10. What the fuck do you think that means?
Hmm.
A Russian girl, 17 years old, possibly. I mean, you can interpret it however you want to, but we have the secretary's messages. So yeah, I mean, it's a while ago it's been put out. That's why Pablo Escobar Jr. Are you related? Is he related to Pablo? Oh, wait, dude, I think it's Pablo Escobar's son.
That would be interesting. Big fan of flesh
Your
food.
dad has good product.
Here we go. This is kind of.
Hey, Internet Eric here. Even if you're not MAGA, the Mega MAGA faction is the most entertaining thing in XPW. Be it Butcher singing the entire song during the entrance, the MAGA phone, or just ticking people off. Yeah.
Thank you, but I am ultra MAGA. I mean, some guy thought I was a liberal. I thought that was such an insult. You can't say that to a woman. Are you saying that, like, I have a hairy vagina? Are you saying that I have hairy armpits? Are you saying that I don't take care of myself, asshole? No, I'm ultra MAGA and I'm proud of it. Thank you. And I appreciate the love, Eric. I love doing the MAGA gimmick. I do know most of the words to the song, so I lip sync a lot sometimes. I think having Hillbilly waving the Trump flag is the most disturbing optic to the batch.
I love the helmet that he's added with the
helmet.
Yeah, it's heavy, by the way, because I was waving it at California too. I'm like struggling with it. Shit. But yeah, I just like the highlight of California was waving that flag because I've never waved one in real life, and I want to. I felt like I was at a barbecue almost, with the flag and just outdoors and the cowboy boots. And the other highlight was being that close to Lou Nixon because he's that fucking hot.
Oh, right.
That's all. I'm just saying he's hot.
He wasn't very kind to Hillbilly, though, unfortunately.
What? Hillbilly hot?
Yeah, he
in the match, yeah. He fucked him up.
Those two. I don't know what fuckery that was with those things, but those two, man, yeah, I don't know who to kill. Was it Lou or was it him with those? What were they called?
Those the gusset. There, no,
the
Tenzai.
What?
Tenzai. They put them in at plants in the bottom.
The circle things. I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, I know. I can't come up with the name either.
I was so mad, but I didn't think I'd be around death matches like this. I knew we had death matches before with some blood, but I didn't think it would be so much of it. That's like now it's such a normality in my life, and I'm going through the security at the airport, and it sets it off. I didn't know I had light tube glass in my hair.
Oh, yeah.
They pulled me off. They're like, the girl sees a shard of glass because I was up the night before. I didn't sleep, and I took an early flight, and I'm like, oh, I had to explain to them everything and show them the flyer. They're like, oh, okay.
Pull up your Instagram. Look, I'm not lying. Cause I've done the same thing. I had tubes in my hair. Like, I don't even remember getting hit.
We got it confirmed.
Kenton, thank you.
Oh, Kenton.
Okay.
Thank you, Sid. Yes.
Yeah, it takes some getting used to. Like, you see it, but then when you're like, we did an interview. I can't remember with who, and he just like started like, oh, you got a little glass in your head, and he just pulled it out and he started bleeding, and it's just like, oh yeah, this takes a little getting used to being right next to somebody gushing blood.
Well, I help stitch people up too because I have those special Ziploc stitches. I help clean people up and take I was a nurse's assistant before, so I could actually do that. And then like I've helped pull glass out before. So people always come to me for a look. So I have I'm just okay.
It's part of the gig now.
There you go.
It really is, and I get concerned for people. Yeah, when JJ Allen did that stunt.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, off the balcony. Yeah. Ooh. That was one of those, like, I don't know how you take that right.
Brandon Barrett, dude.
That was.
I mean, I only trained briefly, but I'm looking at that and I'm trying to work out the mechanics of how that goes right.
What did he do? I mean, he was looking at it, but I saw the look on his face when he's going down. Like, oh fuck. Medical supplies at these shows, it's at least $150. And that's to make sure, like, I have everything between alcohol, gauze, gauze, the stitches. Like you want to be extra careful. You have things because these guys, like, yeah, I love it and everything, but a lot of them, they're human beings at the end of the day. They're dads, and someone's husband, boyfriend. No, boyfriend. And they're just humans that have to go back to a normal life, you know.
Hey, Eric asks, did you ever sell those fishnet stockings that still had Schlag's flesh?
Yes, yes, I sure did. To an old fan. I actually have a dress that I can't get the blood out of. The same dress from that. I should try to sell that, I think.
Yeah, you should.
My MAGA dress has blood on it. The one that says MAGA, the red one, it's my favorite dress. So if I can't find the T-shirt anymore, I'm not going to sell it because I love that dress. I have my favorite dresses now. So I get my clothes from like True Patriot Supply Company, and they give me the T-shirts, and my friend cuts them into shirts, like dresses. I had a hard time finding someone to cut them for me because of the nature of it.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Well, Jasmine, I know it's like 4 a.m. where you're at, so we do appreciate you staying up with us. Before we go, though, just so you guys are aware, streamxpw.com, where you can order I Hope You Die and Genocide. And you guys really should, if you haven't dived into the new XPW yet, you really should. I was at California, and I've been to hundreds of shows. That was one of the most wild, crazy shows I've ever been to, and I Hope You Die is certainly looking like it's gonna match it. So, yeah. Then, Jasmine, any parting words? Anything you want to promote before we go?
Yeah, all your socials.
Huh? Okay.
All your socials too, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. So I forgot it was a razor board match. I totally forgot that. My
Crucifixion razor board.
Crucifixion razor board death match.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's going to be wild. It's going to be off the hook. So make sure you watch XPW Wrestling this Saturday, the 29th. I Hope You Die. That sounds so horrible. Okay. On Twitter, /Jasmine St. Clair. JASMIN ST Instagram, The Real Jasmine St. Clair. No E at the end of Jasmine, E at the end of Claire. And of course, Krazy Train with Jasmine St. Clair podcast. It drops every Wednesday. Brian Kendrick's interview is out next week, but you just go look at the YouTube, go on iTunes, and Patriots out there. It's Ice Cold Conservative. It's on iTunes and on Freedom First Network. I don't know, just be yourselves. And, you know, when you get a chance, go watch Sound of Freedom. And another thing, don't ever treat anyone differently because of who they vote for. What matters at the end of the day is how you treat other people. And that's really what it all comes down to. And, you know, I just want to thank everyone for listening and to my fans for being so loyal for, 26 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's awesome.
Absolutely. And it's been a pleasure having you on, Jasmine.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ms. Jazz.
Thank you. I know, it's super late for you, and I really appreciate it. When we scheduled it, I didn't know, it was going to be.
No, it's okay. I knew. I'm like, whatever. It doesn't make a difference.
We appreciate it.
So
and anytime you need us to watch your merch table, you got it. Not a problem.
There you go.
Excellent. Okay, Auf Wiedersehen. Good night, and I'll see you guys soon.
Good night, Jasmine.
Thank you.
Skull. Cheers.
All right.
Well, so guys, that's not it tonight. We've got 2 more shows, Todd. 2 more live shows tonight. You've got the Godzilla versus the Sea Monster commentary. And it's going to be boring now that Jasmine's not here, but we're gonna work really hard to make it entertaining for you. We've also got a horror pack unboxing and a whole lot.
Some more wrestling too, right?
Do we have more wrestling?
Yeah, we have.
What are we doing? Like 3 more shows tonight?
Yeah.
Well, we got to go get that one in before the next one.
I've got to take a leak.
Say good night, Dan.
So
good night.
Yeah, and we'll be back with Squared Circle Society on Tuesday. Good night, guys.
Good night.
All lives matter. I'll see you in Disneyland.
And where's my exit?